Okay, now with the cluster column chart done, I'm gonna move on to the next slide where I want to add a heat map, which is not exactly a graph or chart, but it's a special data visualization that could show the intensity of data in certain spots of the data set. So I'm going to go back to Excel. I'm going to go to the heat map sheet, and you'll see in this case we have a lot of rows, which makes the heat map a very good choice. So instead of trying to drag and highlight all of this, I'm going to use a nice Excel shortcut where I'm going to highlight some of it. On my keyboard, I'm going to click Control Shift and then hit down arrow. And that highlights the rest of it for me. So I'm going to go to the Insert tab. I'm going to go to Table here in the Tables group. Click OK. I'm going to give it the same table style as before. And now, back to the Insert tab, we want to insert a pivot table. And pivot tables are a very cool Excel feature that allow us to manipulate and move the data in certain ways that are usually not very easy to do while using Excel. So table range is already selected, and I want this pivot table to be on an existing worksheet in H1 here, so it's next to our data, and I'm going to click OK. And you'll see here in the pivot tables field towards the right of the screen, I want to move year to the rows with months to columns, and I'm going to click and drag total to values. Then I can exit out of this. This is why pivot tables are so cool. By putting total into rows, it sums up our data by month per year, and it only took about 20 seconds. So now if we look at this, we have grand totals, which are unnecessary for our heat map. So I'm going to click inside the pivot table, and up top, we're going to go to this Design tab, and if it lets me click it. And towards the left here in the Layout group, I'm going to click the drop down for grand totals and select all for rows and columns. So now, to make the heat map, we want our data here to be colorful. So I'm going to highlight the data by again doing Control Shift right arrow, and then while still holding Control Shift, I'm going to press down arrow. And we're going to go up to the Home tab, and in the Styles group towards the right, I'm going to click the drop down for Conditional Formatting. And we're going to go to Color Scales, and I'm going to choose the first option here of color scales, which is green, yellow, red color scale. And that's it. With conditional formatting, it makes it very easy. Now we could look at this and we could tell instantly where there was not many flights going on in the world and where there were many. And I think this makes it very clear there's one particular year that is almost all in red, which is 2020. COVID started that year in March. You could see that there was a big drop off from February to March, and then extremely low numbers. This shows that the red here is the lowest numbers from 2000 to 2025, with the past 3 years here being the best numbers of that same time period. So by adding the conditional formatting to all of the data, this shows us the worst, by worst I mean the lowest numbers in the 25-year span and the best ones in the 25-year span. But what if we wanted to do it year by year so we can see which months do better than normal usually throughout the 25, 26 years? So to do that, we're going to highlight just one row. We're going to highlight the top row and add the conditional formatting just to this row. So in the Home tab, under conditional formatting, I'm going to do the same thing, color scales, and then choose the first option. And you'll see now the conditional formatting is just applied to this row. So an easy way to add this to each row without going to Home, conditional formatting, clicking color scales, is if we highlight this row and do Control C or just copy it, we can go here in the clipboard group. there's Format Painter. If we double click this, we can go down the list and apply the formatting to each row. And instead of clicking, we could just use our down arrow and just keep clicking until we get to the end of the data. So now this is a lot better to look at if we wanted to see which months do better than others in any given year. And I think it's very clear that obviously most people are traveling on a plane in the summer, June, July, August, and it looks like January, February are usually down months for airlines. So now, with our heat map ready, we want to put this into our PowerPoint presentation. I'm going to highlight all of our colored data. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to do Control-C on my keyboard. Then I'm going to head over to our PowerPoint presentation. Click inside here, and we want to embed this into our PowerPoint presentation, just like we did with the clustered column. So top left, I'm going to click the Paste dropdown, and under Paste Options, Paste Special. And we're going to click Paste Link, and then click OK. And it came very big, so I'm going to adjust it accordingly. And there we go. Now our heat map is embedded into our PowerPoint presentation. I'm going to name this slide heat map. And then here I want to put our source. If I go back to Excel, I have my citation ready. And of course, when you are citing your data, you want to make sure that your citation matches whatever criteria your professor asks of you. And there we go. This is our heat map slide.